Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video. Today we are going to do as Matt Mormon would say, full decontamination of this 2019 Lexus RX450H hybrid because it is absolutely filthy. It is my wife's car. It's neglected. It's seen a few car washes. I told her not to do it, hand wash, but you know, lady, she doesn't have time. Sometimes I don't have time to wash her car, so plus she drives it all winter long. So hand washing in the winter here in Chicago is out of the question unless you go to a car wash like Chicago Auto Pros, but that's costly. She doesn't want to pay. Anyway, I digress. She says it's just a car. She doesn't want to blow crazy amounts of money on it. I can't relate. As you know, my GSF has a lot of money in it. But what I'm going to be doing today is a full decontamination of this car. So I'm going to wash it. I got my foam gun ready. We're going to give it a proper wash. Decontamination with this product I actually had to go to pick up from AutoZone. It's iron remover by Meguiar's. I ordered Iron X from Amazon. It's arriving. It was supposed to arrive last night, but it didn't. So we're going to have to just make do with this. It should still get a lot of the contamination out. And then I am going to clay bar the car. I am going to use this to clay bar the car. It is one of the best clays that you could possibly get. And then the final step to kind of protect the paint in the state that it's in, which is, it does have some swirls, a few scratches, which I'm going to try to buff out with my, not even a polisher. I picked this up a couple years ago from, same thing, AutoZone. It's, you hook it up on your drill. It's like a DA. So for like small little areas where I see like a black scratch or something around the trunk, on the bumper, I'll polish that out with some polish, compound if I have to. And then this is the controversial part, because I am going to ceramic coat the car without doing a full paint correction, meaning compounding it, polishing it. I'm not going to do all that because I don't have a proper polishing machine. Other option was to take it to Chicago Auto Pros and have them do a single step paint correction for this car. I believe it's like $500–600 for SUV. My wife doesn't want to pay that kind of money, you know, because to her, scratches are part of owning a car, whatever. So in order to minimize the amount of scratches that we're going to happen from going forward from now, I'm going to decontaminate and ceramic coat it with C-Quartz UK 3.0. As you know, my car is coated with G-Technique Crystal Serum Light and topped with 2 layers of EXO. Holding up great, no issues. Water beading is fantastic. So I'm curious to see what C-Quartz is going to offer. I think their product is recommended that you do 2 coats, but we'll get into that once we actually get to that step. But I'm going to do a proper wash. I'm not going to bore you with the washing of it. I will show you the foam gun because everybody loves watching the car get foamed. But we'll basically come back when we start spraying the Iron X, because I'll show you all the embedded rust particles throughout this car, which is insane how much it gets. Insane. So, and a little side note, for those of you that are interested, I actually did upgrade my pressure washer here. I have the Active 1800. Obsessed Garage actually recommends this, a few other YouTubers. It has absolutely amazing gallons per minute flow. I believe it's close to 2 gallons per minute at 1,000 working PSI. Great for foaming the car, great for rinsing the car off. So I'll do a review on this in a few weeks once I get a little more practice out of it and actually see how it's performing. So stay tuned for that also. All right, folks, I have washed the car and cleaned the wheels, washed it, normal wash. Now we are gonna use the Iron X. But before I do, let me see if I could come in and show you. All right, so you see all these freaking dots? Do you see all this? Look at all of this contamination in the paint. This is all rust particles. I mean, it's fairly smooth to the touch, but all of this is embedded in the paint, okay? And this is all over the car. So look at the back door. Look at this stuff everywhere, okay? Let's go to the back here. I mean, anywhere you look, it is contaminated. Hi, buddy. Hi, little boy. GSF sitting in the back. Hi, little boy. But stuff like this right here, she has a scuff. So we got that scuff mark. I've noticed a few more. This rock kicked up on the highway and legit dented into the freaking paint, and the touch-up is nowhere near the correct color. A couple of rock chips in the front here. I saw another scuff mark right there, and there's a few more. I'm gonna go around and get those out, but right now let's shake this bad boy up and start spraying. So I'm gonna do basically half the car. Directions say to do it on a fully dry car. I did blow dry this off with a leaf blower, but let's see how this works compared to Iron X, because I'm used to using Iron X for this. But we will see if there is any, it supposedly says it has color changing properties as to where the contamination is starting to being broken down. It does change color. So let me spray this half of the car down. Always remember, you do not let Iron X or this kind of iron decontaminant dry on the paint. So do it in a cool surface like I am, and do not let it dry. It was spray down basically this half of the car, and you could see that the Iron X is working pretty darn good. It's starting to dissolve all those chemicals and those fallout from the road. So just make sure, keep an eye on this, make sure it doesn't dry. I'm doing it on a pretty cool day. It's about 60 degrees in my garage, nice and cool, even on the hood. But I don't understand why my phone is having a hard time focusing. Anywho, you can see it has some contamination there in the front. I mean, it's going to be all over the car. I don't think I did decontaminate it a few years ago when I added like a spray sealant, and I'll show you actually which one. Right here, Seal and Shine from Turtle Wax. So Obsessed Garage said it's pretty good, and who did a review? Pan the Organizer did a review on this, and he just raved about it, and the durability on it was insane. So I did use this once, but this was last year. They said it's about it's a year protection or so, but there's no sheeting at all when I sprayed the car for the past few times. So nothing beats a ceramic coating. So what I'm gonna do right now is grab my gun, and I have a 40-degree tip on here, and I'm just gonna stand from very far away and just kind of mist this so it has a wet surface so nothing dries. It would help if I turned on my pressure washer dummy. Okay, let's unplug that. Plug this in. Boom. Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of lightly mist it, because I don't want nothing to be dry, but I still want this to stay on the car and keep eating into this. Instructions say to let this dwell for about 10 minutes or 2 to 3 minutes, but I'm gonna, like I said, keep the car nice and moist, spray it down where I need to, and let this eat. All right, now the satisfying part, rinsing this off. So I let this sit out here for about 7 minutes. I'm gonna rinse off just this front door and see how much we actually got off, if I need to leave it longer on any other panels, but let's see. Still a lot left. The clay bar is gonna have to get most of this out since the Iron X is not strong enough. That's what happens. I'm gonna spray this down one more time and see if we can pick up any more contaminants, especially towards here, towards the bottom. All right, let me go spray the whole car down, rinse it off, and then we'll clay bar. My guard dog is going crazy at the moment. A couple hours later, clay barring took the absolute longest because I had to go over it, you know, the whole car, and I had to go over it, especially the lower parts of the doors, to get rid of those yellow rust spots. And look what actually just came in the mail. Iron X from CarPro, the strong stuff that smells like shit but works great. Anywho, we got our ceramic coating. Let me show you the car. Looks pretty dialed in, wouldn't you say? But we have to get it ceramic coated. But if you look at the door, okay, where before you would see all of the imperfections, but for the most part, the panels are a lot better. Way less of the yellow dots all over the car, so we are looking good here. I am going to see, there was a couple spots, this rear bumper especially, like this right here. You can see scuff mark right there, scuff mark right there. So this rear bumper, I'm gonna use the DA and try to get it done. Got another piece right here that I'm gonna try to polish out. All right, so I went around, got most of these scuff marks out. The one that was here is gone. The one here is taken care of. And the one that was on the window right here, or on the A-pillar, all gone. So let me show you what comes in the kit with C-quartz. Check. Of course, you got your 50 milliliters of the coating. Applicator pad comes with a bunch of suede microfibers, instructions, and they actually include a wipe-off towel, lint-free, which is pretty sweet. So pretty self-explanatory. You know, watch some YouTube videos of how to install this. Crosshatch pattern. It is a cool day today. It's about 60, so it's not going to flash very quickly. So I could probably get away with doing one whole panel, like this door, coat it, wait a minute or two, wipe it, move on. So I'll kind of set the camera down and I'll start with the car probably on this side so you guys can see. But before I do, it's important to wipe the car down with some kind of IPH solution or a panel prep. So let me go ahead and do that first. All right, boys and girls, children of all ages, let's do this. Shake up your bottle. open it up. And we're going to put 2 lines of product as such. Close this off. And what I like to do is go line across, and then we'll go up and down, so that way as I'm going across this line, we are going to be spreading the product thoroughly throughout. So let's do it. Right away I could tell it is not as smooth to apply as Crystal Serum Ultra, or Light, sorry, CSL, Crystal Serum Ultra. And the other thing that sucks about doing this on a white car is that you cannot really see which area you've covered, which is annoying. So you just have to kind of go across and make sure you hit all the areas. And yes, people are gonna be commenting, well, you're doing this wrong because you didn't prep the car with a, with a polish step, or you didn't polish it, you didn't compound it, you're just applying this over the scratches. Well, theoretically, yes, that is what I'm doing. But like I said before in the video, my wife don't want to pay the money. So this is what's happening, because this is benefiting her and her needs, not my needs. But this way the car will be at least a little more protected than it ever was before. So that's my main goal here. Some winters to come, it will be able to bead a lot of water and be good to go ski. So, all right, that's the one panel down. That should have covered all the areas fairly well. And what I'm gonna do now is look for it to flash, which is gonna give it kind of like a rainbow slash effect type look. So that's kind of what I'm gonna be looking for. So I can go ahead and then wipe it off. But it's so hard to see, like I said, on a white car, and this terrible lighting that I have is not helping, but that looks to be pretty good to me. So I'm going to start wiping it with this provided Ultra Suede towel. Oh, and actually, that is a nice towel for this, because it glides super smoothly across all this. Oh yes, oh baby, yes, I'm impressed here. So always go a little bit over the panel that you've done. So let's say, I coated this door, but I'm gonna wipe a little over to this side. So if there's any residual, we're gonna pick all that up. So not a lot of pressure. You're just gently wiping all this up to wipe away the product. And as long as you go over it, the same panel, a couple times, you're not gonna have any high spots, and you're gonna be good to go. But let me tell you, In some lights I could see like the coating, it's almost like it's enhancing the scratches and the swirl marks. But it is what it is. Okay, that is one panel down. Make sure you inspect it to make sure there's no product left. And we have none, so I'm very happy with that. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of the car, guys. I'm not gonna bore you with the whole process, but that's pretty much how you coat the car. C-Quartz recommends you use, they say 2 to 3 coats. I'm gonna do 2 coats. I'm not doing 3. I'm not going crazy. I don't have the time for that. So I'm gonna do 2 coats of this. And that's gonna be the video. Comment below if you think I'm stupid for not polishing the car and getting it swirl free before doing this, but let me know what you think below. Peace.